Yes mga kababayan, welcome back sa ating YouTube at ito po ang yung Ate Melby. Painit na painit po yung mga issue tungkol sa flood control na kung saan ay noong September 1 ay pinag-usapan po sa Blue Ribbon Committee. Kaninang-kanina lang mga kababayan ay nakita natin sa mga media na pinasok po yung bahay ni Diskaya upang imbestigahan yung kanyang mga luxury cars. Unang napanood ng mga tao kaya Julius Babaw. Ang problema mga kababayan ay hindi na makita itong video na ito. Na-take down na mga kababayan. At may aligasyon na di umano, ito yung dahilan kung bakit hindi na nakikita si Julius Babaw doon sa TV network na yon dahil may hidden agenda di umano na 10 million. Pero dito tayo mag-focus mga kababayan sa Senate hearing. May mali doon sa issuance of license sa mga kontraktor. Kasi mga kababayan, itong Alpha Omega, Saint Matthew, Saint Timothy at saka Saint Gerald naka-registered sa SEC ay nasa iba't ibang pangalan ang ownership, iba't ibang address yung nakasaad. Pero ayon dito di umano, in actual ay iisang address lang siya nanggagaling. At iyon ay doon mismo lang sa Pasig. Parang may dayaan doon sa mga dokumento. Pag may material mispresentation, ay paano pa sila hahabulin ng batas kung iba't ibang address yung nakalagay doon sa kanilang mga dokumento. Kung may material mispresentation dito mga kababayan, nararapat lamang na ipa-disqualify itong mga kontraktor na ito upang hindi na sila makapandarambong kasi ang laki ng halaga na nawala na pera ng taong bayan. Napakalaking question ito sa mga kontraktor na nadawit na nasa top 15 ng Ghost Project.
Daka, you come in with very strong credentials. As a matter of fact, friends of mine have been calling me, telling me that you are a man of honesty and integrity. Why are you pointing to your executive director?
Our executive director runs the day-to-day activities of PICAB, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, may we ask that the person that Engineer Dakay would like to answer be administered the oath? Where is he?
These are from the truth, though.
So the question, Mr. Chairman, there is material misrepresentation, is it not? Saan sila hahabulin kung iba-iba ginagamit nilang address?
Good morning, sir. I would like just to confirm, sir, that we are unaware of the CTA case filed by St. Timothy in the Court of Tax Appeals. In that regard, sir, we will check onto this, sir, and verify po the address that was in our database. But considering, sir, that the address that was given to us remains to be there, sir, then...
You are allowed to sit down, please.
Good morning, sir. Herbert Matienzo po, Executive Director of the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board. With regard to the case po filed with the CTA, the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board is unaware of the filing of the case po of St. Timothy against the BIR. But then again, sir, we will look into that case, check the addresses po given, and in case there is a misrepresentation, sir, then the PICAB has following the rules on license contracting.
Therefore, your answer to my question is a yes.
Yes, sir.
But you're saying that you're not aware of the CTA case?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chair.
Brad, you're under oath, huh?
Yes, sir. We are not. I am not aware
I
of
was given a different information by the palace. By the afternoon, after you guys met me in the morning.
We will check our record, sir.
I'm warning you, Brad, be careful, ha? Basta you answer it truthfully, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're not aware of the St. Timothy case?
I am personally not aware of the St. Timothy case filed with the
I'll
city.
hold you to that. All right? Okay, now. Also, the mentioned companies, including Elite Construction Corporation, have different authorized managing officers to represent the contractors. But the beneficial owner is the same. It has interlocking directorship. May corporate layer ba? Are you aware of this scheme, Engineer Dakay?
No, sir, we're not.
So where are your mechanisms to plug companies misrepresenting through corporate layerings or fronting? Because it seems that the contractors,
Nakakainis minsan itong mga agency ng government natin, ano, mga kababayan. Dahil basta't kakilala, may gatong o may pabulsang, ay hindi na nila binubusisi kung tama yung dokumento na ipinapasa pag sila kumukuha ng mga lisensya. Karamihan, marami tayong nakikita na ganyan. Pero pag ang isang aplikante ay hindi nila kakilala at mukhang dugyutin, nako, pahirapan na makakuha ng mga lisensya. Kaya't nagkakaroon tayo ng maraming problema eh. Hindi na ini-evaluate ng maigi yung pag-a-apply ng mga lisensya. Katulad sa mga drivers. Minsan pinapalakad lang. Nagbabayad lang ng 20 mil, may driver's license na. Ay bulok itong mga sistema na ito. Kailangan mapalitan. Kunting disiplina sana.
they just make another corporation and even sole proprietorship if you deny them their license.
Actually, Your Honor, we operate on the presumption of regularity. We have a checklist of documents that they have to submit via an online portal, and these are evaluated for actually their style and substance. And if the papers and the documents are found to be regular, then there is a recommendation for the approval of your license.
But Mr. Chairman, Engineer Dakay, in the IRR governing licensing of contractors in the Philippines, Section 3.3, letter K says, the licensee must at all times observe and adhere to the letters and spirit of the Code of Ethics for Contractors. PCAB is the circumvention of the law by misrepresentation of address and composition of the corporation. Isn't that this a violation of this section?
It certainly is, Your Honor.
It is. Okay. Now, regarding the equipment capacity requirement, also, as stated in Section 4.5D of the IRR, the invoice of each equipment and its certification of registration with its official receipt are required. So again, I ask the pickup, if you already reviewed, scrutinized, and compared all the equipment documents of Elite Construction, Alpha and Omega, St. Matthew, St. Timothy, and St. Gerard Construction, these corporations, ang office, iisa lang ang building nila. Hindi kaya pare-pare yung equipment lang ang pinakita at sinabi sa inyo?
Your Honor, they are asked to submit certificates of registration for each unit of equipment. And these-
Certification, but you do not inspect.
You mean, Your Honor, the actual
Physically, yes.
units? No, Your Honor.
You do not. Ito isa sa mga nakikita natin nagiging problema natin dito, Your Honor, Mr. President. Now, all of this,
Napakalaking problema talaga ang nangyayari sa ating bansa. Kalain mo pa, even pag inspection, physical na pagpunta doon sa construction site para malaman mo kung totoo yung nakasulat, nakalista ng mga heavy equipments, magpapatunay na kaya nilang gawin yung isang proyekto dahil meron silang mga gamit. Pero hindi sila pumupunta. Basta may certification, galing siguro sa barangay, abogado, okay na. Basta may notaryo na, pwede na yan. Tapos 3 project pala yung kinuha niya, iisang gamit niya. So paano mo gagawin yung isang proyekto? Katulad niyan, ang dami-daming project, may kulang sila ng engineers. Yung mga engineers nila kulang-kulang. Kaya nagkaroon ng mga ghost project. Wala silang magawa kasi hanggang pangalan lang yung construction na.
ang pagkakaalam nga namin, ang may-ari nito ay sila Mrs. Diskaya. Ano? And Mrs. Diskaya is here. So, pwede po bang, Mrs. Diskaya, pwede po bang ibalita nyo sa amin, ikwento nyo sa amin yung napanood namin sa inyo sa television na sinasabi niyo. Kailan po kayo unang nagkaroon ay kumita ng bilyon sa construction industry? Anong taon po yun?
Good morning po. Billion po.
Opo, kwento narinig po namin sa television, sinasabi niyo sa interview niyo dahil tinanong kayo kung anong naging gateway para gumanda ang buhay niyo. Sabi niyo kayo hindi naman nakakaangat ng araw. At tapos sabi niyo ay noong DPWH na kami. Yun po yung sagot niyo eh. So, at tinanong kung magkano at sabi niyo bilyon. Kailan po itong unang bilyon na kumita kayo sa DPWH?
For the knowledge of everyone, so St. Gerard, Alpha and Omega, we have been in the construction business for 23 years. So I would presume that in the 23 years, pwede naman siguro kami po kumita. Yung billion, when I said DPWH, because prior to that, we were in local government. So ang hirap makasingil sa local government. They spliced the video that was taken of me and just mentioned the DPWH. So contractor na po kami for 23 years.
So you're saying that the television station and the persons interviewing you edited your answers?
I think so, sir. Kasi I did mention that I was doing local government as well as private po.
Yeah, if I may, with
Yeah,
the
yes,
permission of,
with the permission of the
Minority
chairman, Senator
Leader.
President Pro Tem.
Ma'am Sara, ano ba naging trabaho niyo bago kayo pumasok sa mga kontrata sa gobyerno?
My father was a contractor before.
Nangongontrata rin
Pero
siya?
yes po,
Nangongontrata
for,
rin sa
for
DPWH?
LGU po. LGU. And then ako, I worked sa ibang bansa. Yun po.
Anong work mo sa ibang bansa?
I was a dental receptionist and an orthodontic nurse.
So you are a doctor? Nurse?
No po.
Yung asawa mo, ano trabaho?
He works sa isang development corporation. And him and his brother were parang private contractors sa subdivision namin.
Paano kayo, how were you enticed to join the mga kontrata sa DPWH? Who influenced you?
Wala naman po. Nakita namin on PhilJeps na may mga projects na pwede palang mag-join. So we joined the bidding na we know that we were qualified for.
All right, Mr. Chair, I would like to reserve all my questions if my turn comes already.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To continue, Senator, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman,
with the permission of the
Senator-
Minority Leader.
Sa
Ano ba yun,
Pilipinas,
Senator?
bihira na lamang mga kababayan yung anak mayaman, pupunta ka sa ibang bansa, magtrabaho as receptionist. At hindi ka magiging bilyonaryo sa pagiging receptionist lang. Let's say na nagtrabaho ka sa sikat at malaking kumpanya. Let's say 100K a month. Ngayon, syempre, OFW ka lang, kailangan mo magrenta, mababawas pa doon yung renta ng bahay mo, pagkain mo. Dahil alam naman natin na pagkasambahay ka, construction worker, mga ganun, pwedeng stay in ka. Malibre ka sa pagkain at renta ng bahay. Pero pag receptionist ka, nurse, kailangan talaga na may titirahan kang bahay, hindi ka stay in. So, hindi ka magiging bilyonaryo sa pagiging receptionist lang. Ngayon, it takes years bago ka siguro sagarin mo yung pag-ipon para maging bilyonaryo ka as a receptionist. Ngayon, kung magbibid ka as a contractor, marami tayong nakausap ng mga contractor. Ang sabi nila, kailangan may bilyon na laman yung bangko mo dahil hindi ka makakasama sa bidding pag wala kang pera. Kung 5 construction ang hawak mo, kailangan trilyon-trilyon ang laman ng bank account mo para lang makabidding ka. Yung perang ginagamit mo dun sa isa ay yun din yung pinapakita mo sa kabila, eh di lalo ka ng wala ka nang magagawang project.
Ma'am, very clear man yun sa video na sinabi mo. Kung kailan kayo kumita ng malaki. Sabi mo, noong nag-DPWH na kami. Ngayon, gusto mong i-attribute yung wealth ninyo going back noon pa sa tatay mo, noong nagsimula kayo ganon. Pero very clear, the video won't lie. Sinabi mo, noong nag-DPWH na kami.
Yes po.
So, kailan ba kayo nag-DPWH?
Parang sometime in 2012, nag-start kami with DPWH.
Can you be definite with your answer? Parang 2012? Oh, please, because you're under oath, please,
Yes po.
make sure of your answers.
Sometime in 2012, we started with DPWH. We started with joining biddings. Pero prior to that, we were with local government.
Yung mga flood control projects, kailan kayo nag-engage ng flood control projects sa DPWH?
Siguro mga 2016 onwards.
Please make sure of your answer.
Yes po, 2016 onwards po.
2016 onwards.
Yes po.
2016 onwards.
Halatang gumagawa kasi ng ng kwento itong si Madam eh. Kasi una, sabi 2015 suspended po yung yung lisensa nyo. So ibig sabihin nun hindi kayo makapag operate. 'Di ba? And then 2016 blacklisted. So how come na nag-start kayo ng ng 2016 ng bilyon-bilyon na DPWH? Oh, nahuhuli ka ng nagsisinungaling eh.
May follow-up
Yes,
ka
sir.
ba?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Alright. Kasi based on your... Una sa lahat, ano, we would like to clear the reason that we're asking you this, and centering on you at the start. Ganon din ang gagawin namin takbo doon sa ibang mga kontratista rito na ibitinahan natin na nasa top 15 ng presidente. Nasa top 15 ng presidente, may mga flood control projects, mayroong guni-guni, mayroong ghost, mayroong nagawa, may nagawang palpak, okay, may nagawang tama. Ngayon, 2017, how much did you pay the BIR on your income tax?
Sorry, I don't have the data on me right now kasi I have an accountant that handles that po. Pero I can get it for you.
Yes, please. May we request that
Yes, po.
we find out how much your income taxes were paid from that time, 2016, to the present. All right. Now, Mr. Chairman, in 2015, St. Gerard, which you own also, no, Mrs. Discaya, was suspended by the DPWH. In 2020, they were blacklisted by the DPWH. However, St. Gerard's pickup license was renewed and is valid from July 1, 2023 to January 28, 2026. For St. Timothy, which you also own, it was found out by the President that the 2023 Bulacan River project amounting to 96.4 million was deemed completed even in more than 200 meters of revetment were not built. St. Timothy's pickup license was also renewed 2025 to 2027. So, Engineer Takay, what is the basis for the renewal despite the issues in their previous projects?
Mr. Chair.
Engineer Takay, can you not answer? You're the chairman. Bakit ito executive director ang pinasasagot nyo na pinasasagot?
Yeah, the blacklist that was issued by the DPWH, Your Honor, has certain time limitations. So, once a notice that the project has been completed, then the blacklist is lifted. And pickup actually limit of responsibility is we can only institute disciplinary action upon a complaint or a verified violation.
Ibig sabihin, pag walang nagko-complain, sige lang na sige.
Siyempre, pera yan eh.
Mr. Chair.
That is the limit of our responsibility, Your Honor.
The IRR, Section 4.2, states that disqualification under letter CA, involvement in any construction, malperformance of grave consequence. Because under this section, hindi sila, are they not disqualified for renewal?
The blacklist, Your Honor, is issued by the DPWH. If the blacklist is lifted by the implementing agency, then their licenses can be renewed. However, we also have another mechanism that if there is a verified complaint or complaint from the LGUs or from the implementing agency, then we hear the case and then apply the penalties that are commensurate to the offenses that are being committed. For example, Your Honor, the DOLI reports to us a lot of infractions that are committed by contractors, such as unlicensed contractors implementing construction work, unsafe practices resulting in the death of people in the workplace, and we act upon that immediately. In fact, Your Honor, we submitted, upon the request of the BIR, we submitted last July 25 our transmittal regarding the request for the documents of the construction group of Discaya, because if and when the Bureau finds out that their papers are not actually compatible to the papers that are submitted at the PCAB, then we will suspend or revoke all of their licenses automatically because there is now a complaint. And we have communicated with the Bureau. In fact, I have met with Commissioner Lumagi once, and we have responded to their letter. And along with our letter, we have submitted reams of documents for the Bureau to review, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair, with the
Wait, before,
permission of the minority.
Pagdating ng 2016, narinig natin kanina, blacklisted. Paano ni Tatay Digong blinacklist itong mga korap na ito? Ang nakakapagtaka mga kababayan, pagdating ng 2023, sino bang presidente ng 2023? Si BBM na. Ni-renew mga kababayan, naging valid na yung lisensya at sila pa yung nabigyan ng kontrata dito sa flood control na kung saan ay magkano itong Bulacan project, 96 million. July 1, 2023, na-renew ang Gerald hanggang July 28, 2026. So next year pa ma-revoke yung kanyang lisensya kung sila ay tatanggalan ng lisensya. Ngunit yung isa mga kababayan, yung St. Timothy, bagong renew lang. Mag-expire yung lisensya nila sa 2027. Na kung saan mga kababayan, ito yung sinabi ni Senator Soto kanina, itong Bulacan project na may budget na 96 million, kahit na 200 meters, walang nagawa. Bagong Pilipinas, bagong palpak. Diyos ko Lord. So sinong may kasalanan mga kababayan? Tapos yung mga ibang politiko, ikinukunik sa Duterte. Nandito sa Bulacan yung mga project na nababaha. Yung Davao, yung pinapaimbestigahan. Kaya, ewan na lang. Talaga nga, ang bagong Pilipinas ay mababago
Before we
na
proceed,
lang
let me
talaga. Wala
acknowledge
nang
first
mangyayari.
the presence of our majority leader. A quick question, Commissioner. Yung imposition ng suspension is Section 99 ng RA 12009. Blacklisting is under Section 100, correct? Pareho namang nalilift ang suspension and blacklisting. There's no problem there because it's in the law. I think the trajectory of the Senator Soto's question, kung paano natin madidisiplina. Why don't you, for example, resort to Section 101 of the same Republic Act? Kasi dito sinasabi niya, imposition of blacklisting with perpetual disqualification. I believe kung ang pinag-uusapan ay ghost projects. Kasi makikita mo pagka blacklisting and perpetual disqualification, dapat recidivist na siya, ulit-ulit na siya, 3 or more. Kapag ka ghost projects ang pinag-uusapan, I think this is 10 times over. Halimbawa, nakalagay dito sa blacklisting, corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices. Katulad ng ghost. Drawing up or using forged documents. Ghost projects. Hindi po pwedeng mag-apply yung Section 101 but there is a perpetual disqualification of this. You have to look into this. Yun siguro ang gusto mong puntuhan ng Senator, di ba?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, thank you,
And
sir.
then I think we have to put a limit muna, sir. Kasi medyo gusto nang magtanong yung iba.
Sige,
Makakabalik ka naman, boss.
I'll try to wind up for a while. Marami pa po akong tanong eh. My point here is that I want to amend the law creating the PICAB. Kailangan lagyan ng mas matinding power, mas maraming koordinasyon at coordinate sa DPWH, hindi lang sa DTI. So my line of questioning is towards that. Kung ano mga naging performance nyo, ang ginagawa ninyo, paano yung dinidisqualify, paano yung license ninyo. I heard you have 45,000 accredited contractors nationwide. Mambigat eh. Tapos, ang sabi ninyo, maliit na kumpanya kayo. Maliit na agency lang kayo. Tatatlo yung board member nyo. Yung 2 board member mo, are you aware that they are contractors also? Engineer Takay?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm aware. In fact, EGB has actually filed a voluntary leave of absence the day after their name appeared on the list of...
So when they were appointed by whoever, President Duterte or President Marcos, because I know for a fact you were appointed by President Duterte originally, di ba?
We'll give you more time, Senator Soto, para yung iba gustong magtanong.
Sige.
Let me just re-emphasize, lahat po dapat makapagtanong, but ilimit muna natin sa first 5 minutes. Pagkatapos pag may time tayo, balikan po natin ang bawat isa.
At ito mga kababayan itong perpetual disqualification bilang pagdisiplina sa mga kontraktual. Dapat kasi pag itong mga tao na to, kontraktor na to na blacklist na, wag niyo na sila bigyan ng pagkakataon pa na makapag-renew, wag niyo i-lift yung kanilang yung lisensya. Para sa ganung mga kababayan, hindi na maulit pa. Kung noon nagawa niyang lokohin, kaya nga siya nasuspindido, na blacklist siya sa Pandarambong o ano man. Tapos ngayon, binibigyan niyo siya ulit ng pagkakataon. Ayan, naulit. Ghost project. Buti sana mga kababayan kung hindi pera ng taong bayan yan. Pinaghirapan ng mga taong bayan na nawala sa walang kwentang bagay. Napunta sa mga dike na hindi completed, hindi matibay, nakalagay lang completed pero wala palang ginawa. Kaya sana mga kababayan, malaking aral po sana ito sa atin. maraming nilabag na batas ito siguro mga kababayan kasi paulit-ulit para maiwasan itong korupsyon na ito mga kababayan. Pag blacklisted na, totally na siyang tanggalin. Hanggang dito na lang mga kababayan at maraming salamat sa inyong oras na ibinigay sa panonood sa ating YouTube. At kung kayo po yung nag-enjoy, paki-share and likes. At at the same time mga kababayan, kung saan man po naabot ng video natin, paki-comment down below upang may shoutout po natin kayo sa mga susunod na araw. Thank you!